Hi everyone, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. And if you haven't been here before, please subscribe to be a part of the bilingual family, which is me attempting to speak English. So in today's video I will be doing a shop my stash because it's been such a long time that I've just sat down and played with makeup. For the past 6 weeks I've been working on my bachelor's degree and then a project in a foreign country, which was Sweden, and there just been not a lot of time to really play with makeup and to focus on makeup. So it's gonna be exciting to see and shop my stash a little bit. So yeah, let's get going. Some pretty cool products that I've been wanting to use for such a long time now. Like a few products that I actually forgot were in my collection, so it's always great to kind of revisit them. I think we should just start with the makeup, but before I do that, I should probably get my hair out of the way. And I have this little cute headband to do so. I bought this in Stockholm. No, I bought it in Skellefteå. Here we go. So I just really like the look of this. I don't know why. I think it's so cute. But anyway, also have I mentioned that it's quite hot today, so I have my bottle of water. This is 1.5 liters of water. But yeah, it's a very hot day, so I will be drinking sometimes. And the first product that I want to use is the Embryolisse Le Crème Concentrée. And that was not my best French accent. Bonjour, baguette, fromage, Embryolisse Le Crème Concentrée. I've revisited this and I wish I did it sooner because it's such a good moisturizer. It really is. So I'm gonna apply that to my face. Just a nice bit of this. I just love this because it's so nice and thick, but at the same time it feels really lightweight. I'm gonna wash this right off after I film this video, but I'm going to apply some sunscreen because I just really like the look of it on my skin and like the way it just makes my skin look radiant. So this is the Colourpop Aloe Soothing Sunscreen with SPF 50+. This is amazing, another repurchase. I think this is my second or third tube of this and I just love it a lot. I'm just gonna apply a little bit because like I said, I'm going to wash this off immediately after this video because I have a purple look in mind and I don't want to go out with purple eyeshadow. I've gotten more confident, but not that confident. This smells so nice as well, this sunscreen. And then finally, to prep my skin for makeup, I am going to apply this little jar. This is all that I have left from my glow recipe. Niacinamide Watermelon Glow Dewdrops, something like that. This is the jar that I took with me to Sweden and I've just been, you know, using it like this because I can. This is gonna give it that last bit of really nice hydration. So now on to the base makeup. So for the base, I've decided, or should I do the eyes? I'm actually gonna do the eyes. I have a couple of palettes for the eyeshadow look because I wasn't necessarily sure which one I wanted to use. The Be Perfect Garnival 3 palette. This is the Love Tahiti palette. It's very colorful, this one right here. When I did this look yesterday, I did it with the Beauty Bay palette from Naked Tutorials, this one. And then I'm also going to use the Love Notes palette because I really want to use these kind of like purpley tones right here that you can see. So I think automatically I'm going to start with the Beauty Bay Love Notes palettes because I know I'm going to use these like purpley tones. I'm going to apply a little bit of the concealer, a little bit like this, all over the eye to kind of prep it. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Love Notes palette right here, and then I'm gonna take the shade, I think I took the shade Lilac, which is this one right here, and then I took that on a rather fluffy brush like this one, and then I started by pressing this in the outer corner. And this is a very lightish color, so you want to build it up a little bit. So we're gonna do kind of like winged out halo eye. This color is what my dreams are made of. I'm gonna take that same brush and we're gonna put it in the inner corner right here and then blend it up. And then you can see when I'm looking straight at you that I kind of have this halo eye going on already. So for the next step, I'm gonna take a brush like this. I'm gonna take the Love Tahiti palette and I'm gonna take the shade The Deep, which is this kind of blue shade. And then I'm just gonna take a slightly, I need a mirror for this. And then I'm going to put it in the inner corner. And then on the outer corner, I'm gonna try and create a little line. And once you place it down, you wanna start slightly blending. So you kind of want to make that blue into like a V shape almost. And then you want to do the same thing on the other eye. And then I'm going to take a slightly fluffier brush and we're going to try and blend it in a little bit better. So you might be wondering, Lynn, what happened? What happened was my camera stopped recording and I didn't notice. And this is the thing when you haven't been filming for a while, you kind of forget the technical stuff of it. My eyes are actually finished, but I'm quickly going to show you what I did to the eyes. Apart from blending out the matte shadows that you saw, I actually did the shimmers after that, but that's the part that I didn't record. So I took my Beauty Bay X-Nice Beauty Tutorials palette and I took the shade right here, which is called Ivy, which is like a very light white shimmer, and I put that pretty much just in the center of the eyelid, so that is all of this kind of whiteness that you can see. And then in the Love Tahiti palette, I took the shade Pearl, this one right here, in the very inner part of the center, just like almost like a line right here. And then I took it on my finger and I took it slightly to my brow bone, so right here, to get an overall like very glittery look. And then I took the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ladybird and I repeated the process. It's a very glittery look. So that is everything that I did for the eyes, mostly using my fingers, keeping it in the center of the eye. And then I was mentioning that I basically was going to finish off the eyes after I've done the face. So now I'm gonna clean up whatever is left underneath my eyes and I'll be right back. The face base makeup. So we are prepped, cleaned up and ready to go. So I'm gonna start with the base makeup with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, which is this one. I haven't used this one in a while, so I wanted to use it again, and I think this is like a really nice foundation. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on the center of my face and then slightly blend it out with my fingers. In the beginning the shade was a little bit too dark, but I feel like I've gotten like the slightest bit of a tan. When I say slightest bit, I mean like a shade darker, like not much. And now this fits a little bit better on with my skin tone. I'm gonna take my sponge because I do like to apply this with a sponge, even though it brushes fine, and I'm gonna blend this out all over the face. It's a beautiful and like glowy foundation, but I sometimes find it just a little bit patchy for some reason, which is very weird because my skin is not dry at all, and I also find it just a little bit texturizing at times. I'm not using a lot on my forehead because I just don't like a lot of product on my forehead. For concealer, I decided to go with the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum, which is this one right here. This is also the one that I use as a base. Probably not the best idea because it's a very emollient kind of concealer. So I'm just distributing some of that product underneath the eyes, and then I'm gonna also bring that down a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my sponge again and we're gonna blend it out. Then for powder, I'm gonna take the Rare Beauty setting powder in the shade Light, but this one is also nice. It's just that it's a loose powder, so I tend to use it a little bit less than like a pressed powder because it's a little bit more finicky, a little bit more messy to use throughout the day. So I've poured some into the cap, and then we're gonna apply this only underneath my eyes. Actually, this is a Real Technique setting brush. It's a nice powder. It's very finely milled. Remember the Hourglass powder? That powder was like the love of my life for so long, but I found some other ones that are cheaper and that I like more. I'm gonna take a bronzer, and this is like a throwback for me. So this is the Fenty Beauty In the Sun Sunstalker bronzer. It's been such a long time since I used this, so I'm gonna take my Nabla cheek shaper and I'm gonna dip my brush into this, and then I'm gonna pat it first. I decided to go with this bronzer because I haven't used it in a while, but also because it's like the perfect tone for like winter and stuff. It's like a very light bronzer, and like whenever I'm in summer it's more of like a contour, and then in the winter it's definitely like a bronzer with a little bit more warm. And I just love the formula of this one as well. It's just a really nice bronzer, bulletproof, sweatproof. No, not sweatproof, doesn't exist. And I love the color of this. This is probably one of those like perfect matching bronzers in my opinion. This is the Nabla 2 Reasons Lightweight Cream and Color Glassy Balm. So this is the color Soft Nude. I don't know if you remember my review of this, but it wasn't great. I did not like this, and I think the last time I actually touched these blushes was back then. I have decided to give them another go. So I'm gonna take, this is an e.l.f. Airbrush blender, and I'm gonna dip it into the blush shade. I wanna love this color so bad, but maybe it was the brush that I was using, maybe it was the, oh no, I still don't like this. It's just a very warm blush. When I look at this in the packaging, it doesn't look that warm. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I use too much. I use too much. I just don't know about this. I've tried to love it, but I just don't know. That's kind of sad. It looks fine, like it looks fine. You know what? I take everything back. It does not look bad. When I look at it like this, it really looks kind of fine, actually. I cannot feel my goddamn leg. It is sleeping so badly. I had to stretch my leg for a bit because I literally could not feel my leg anymore, and that's never a good sign. Then, oh my gosh, and it's starting to tingle. The thing, there's like just like this really weird thing when it comes to my legs. They fall asleep so quickly. For a while I cannot feel them. This is one of those times. Okay, the tingling is not as bad. So I wanted to use my Fenty Beauty Colourpop Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, which is this one right here. This is the one famous highlighter in my collection that I have had on, as you can see. But I was also debating on using my old Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow Face Illuminator, this one right here. The only thing is, I remember that I had this product since 2018 or something, and it's 2020 and the expiration date says 12 months. But I kind of want to use it today. I do want to mention that this product is not cruelty free, but I kind of just want to use it because it's been such a long time. It's very glittery though, so it's not going to be a very natural situation. I remember picking this up after one of like the beauty YouTubers put it on their entire face, and she was like raving about how it looked so nice. And then I remember buying this. This was like, I bought it because of beauty influencers, and I remember buying it and putting it on my entire face and being like, what the fucking hell is this? It was so thick. It still is so thick. So this is not a product that I would put on my entire face, to be honest with you. So reflective. Look at my nose. Look at my nose. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Fenty one a different time. For now, I really wanted to use like this one because I think it's so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the way that my makeup is looking right now. The blush is growing on me, god damn it. Who would have thought? Not me. So what I am going to do is I am going to take that lilac shade again that we used, and I'm gonna use a very small, dip it into the powder and then apply it underneath the eyes. Then I'm gonna take the shade Princess, which is this one right here, and I'm gonna take that on a very flat shader brush, and then I'm gonna put that just on the inner corner of the eyeballs. I'm gonna take that Colourpop Super Shock Shadow again in the shade Ladybird, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this one. A really nice touch, I find. Then I'm also gonna pop this in inner corner like that. Oh, gorgeous. Apply a random mascara. Honestly, not that great, not worth mentioning. It's running away, it's easy. It's leaving us all. And then for lips, I have a couple of options, but I kind of want to keep it light because I feel like if I use like a dark lip right now, it would just be like dark on dark or bright on bright, you know. So I'm gonna keep it quite neutral. So I think I'm gonna use my NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. I had natural, and for some reason I lost natural. So, and then I'm gonna apply the Essence the Bold lipstick in the shade This Is Me 03 Bold. Oh wow, this is kind of melting, so great, it's really warm. I'm gonna fix my hair and then I'll be right back to show you the end result, do a little close-up and finish off the video. Okay guys, so I put my hair up in like 2 buns because quite frankly, it's just way too warm to be in any kind of long hair. I don't know what I think of this, like one part of me thinks it looks cute, another part of me thinks it's absolutely horrendous. So but yeah, this is the final look using my Shop My Stash products that I shopped in my stash because that's the reason I was Shop My Stash. This is what it looks like. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with how today turned out. I'm so happy to just sit down, use some makeup, play with some makeup and do something that I just really enjoy. It's been a while, you know. Thank you so much again for watching today's video. Please like if you haven't already, leave a comment down below as to what you want to see or what you think of this look, and I'll see you next time. Bye!